We were living in San Francisco for a while. We moved here in 2019. We were living up in Desert Ridge when we first moved here. He always thought we would be more in Central Phoenix. And when we moved from San Francisco, I was like, I want brand new big house. And so Desert Ridge had more of those options with new neighborhoods. And then once we spent some time up there, we were like, ooh, we really like, you know, the more urban environment of Central Phoenix.
But the problem was our other house was built in 2019 and all of these homes down here were built in the 50s. And so it was like comparing apples and oranges. And then finally we toured a house that had been remodeled to be flipped. And that is ultimately like what inspired us to take on a project like this.
Yeah, we saw a finished product and we're like, oh, maybe we've been looking for the wrong thing. Maybe we should be looking at an older home that we can customize and make our own.
Yeah, we actually had toured this house and it was like, no. Cool house, beautiful street, beautiful lot, but no, we were not like ready to do this then. And then sometime in January, February is when we saw another house and decided like, let's go look at that one again, but through a different lens of remodeling. And we bought it without a contractor or any vision. A friend of a friend who has a similar job, we got introduced, and he had been working on a project with Leigh a little south of here. And when we bought this house, again, with no contractor, architect, other than us with Microsoft Paint, I reached out to Leigh. And I remember the first time we talked, it was like an hour and a half. And was like, wow, like that was really sweet of her to take the time. I don't know, it just felt right.
Yeah, I think it was very easy. We just connected with Leigh. It felt like we had known her already for a long time. And when you're taking on a big project like this, you want to feel that level of comfortability. And I think we just both felt that instantly with her. And that carried on through the whole process. And now we're like, can we still be friends?
Yeah.
Yes, so we had the vision to move the kitchen to the back of the house. I think it was important to us that when we're cooking and being in that space that we can see out to the backyard with our kids and also see into the living room, which was closed off before. And so we opened that space.
And then we did this cool secret pantry where it looks like a cabinet, but you walk through and there's like a little butler's pantry back there where they keep all of their countertop appliances. And then they store all the kids' snacks and their coffee maker and things like that. So none of that is out in the kitchen area. The kitchen's very clean. Also didn't want any outlets on the backsplash. So we did outlets and lighting up underneath our cabinets. So that's all hidden, but they still have that function of the electrical and then the under cabinet lighting. They have a big bar in kind of the kitchen area. It's just right across from it, where they have a full wine fridge, and it's really pretty and it mimics the same color as the island, so it all ties in really nicely. It was a really great experience working with this family. They had great ideas and were always kind of up for the next best thing. That's really fun because it's, you know, you're able to just keep creating the best for somebody and making it better and better and better. And in the end, it's, you know, it's so beautiful. I mean, I walk in, I love the ceiling detail, I love the kitchen, I love the bar, I love his office.
So I work from home. I needed a dedicated office space, and I had a dedicated office space in the last house, but it was more of a bedroom, where this, we had the opportunity to really like reimagine it. And then when we got into the design of it, she really pushed me on going to this monochromatic look of all blue, which turned out fabulous. I think it's really neat. And she had this space behind my computer, right? And there was gonna be some wallpaper back there. But it dawned on me that my dad's side of the family is all Scottish, and every family in Scotland has a particular kilt design. And so I started Googling it, looking at, you know, what is the different colors that we would have. And they produced it and put it up. And it's like a great talking point when people ask, like, what is it? Well, it's not just cool because it matches, but it actually is representative of the family name.
having a boy and a girl, we knew that as they got older, they would probably not want to share a bathroom if possible. So we built him a larger bedroom space with his own bathroom. And then we were able to give that existing bathroom to our daughter. It was really important to me as a girl. I just know how much fun it is to have your own space. And so we kind of gave that a fresh look in there for her.
In these older homes, you usually have a really tiny master bathroom, which they did. It's like a little blip of a closet. So it's like a typical master where you have, you know, a large shower, they've got a floating tub, and then they each have their own vanity sink versus the one tiny one that was in there before.
People ask us all the time, how was the process? How did you enjoy it? Was it just the worst? Was it so hard? And I feel like every time both of us are like, no, like we loved it. It was
fun.
It was so much fun. We enjoyed it so much, and that's due to working with Leigh.
I think a lot of folks with contractors that don't have the design element and background, you're ultimately dealing with multiple people, multiple ideas, where the beauty of Leigh was that it's one person that you're dealing with who's got a great eye for design, and whether it's tile or wallpaper or whatever it is, the beams, a lot of those were her ideas.
Yeah, I think when we came in that day, our kids were with the grandparents for the weekend so we could get moved in and settled without them. And you know, we had been living in a rental house for almost a year, and just walking into this space and seeing it like completely done, it was the best feeling ever.
And I don't even think in my wildest dreams it would have turned out as good as it turned out. Yeah, it was just like a flood of emotion, because you're like, wow, like we did this. Like I can't believe this is ours. Like we did it, and it's amazing.
And just knowing how much they cared for our home too. We felt it every time we were over here. You know, she treated this as if this was her home as well. That's not something that everybody does. You know, they really took care of our home, and we felt that along the whole way.